Okay, hey there, how's it going today? We are doing the fourth lesson on functions, so we're going to be identifying different types of functions today. So moving to page 8, I believe it should say types of functions at the top. There are a few different types we want you guys to know about. So one is going to be this linear versus nonlinear deal. This one's pretty easy. Linear just means it's in the shape of a line, okay? So a linear function is a function whose graph is a line, but you need to pay attention. Notice it cannot be a vertical line, okay? So remember, it has to pass that vertical line test. You only want to intersect in one spot. A straight line up and down, well, let's draw that in there. If I drew a function that was a vertical line and I draw my vertical line test, well, I could have a vertical line that would hit it everywhere. It's not good. You only want to intersect at one spot. So no vertical lines for your linear functions. Horizontal lines are okay though. And then another important thing to pay attention with linear functions down here is that they increase or decrease, so it can also be decreasing. At a constant rate. So it has to be going up or down by the same amount every time. And you can see that more in the tables, and we'll look at that a little bit more later. And then your other one, further down here, is a nonlinear function. So nonlinear is pretty much everything else, anything that's not a line. So we've got our examples down here. You've got this first one here. Remember, it's okay if it curves up and back down. If I draw a vertical line through it, it's still going to pass my vertical line test. It's only going to intersect in one spot. Okay? It doesn't matter about a horizontal line. There is no horizontal line test. Okay? It has to be vertical because you want your input, which is down here, to only be paired with one output, which is along this axis. Okay? So this is still a function. It's just a nonlinear function. Same with this guy over here. Okay? If I do my vertical line test, it's still good. It's only intersecting in one spot. It's just nonlinear because it has this curve going on with it. So you have linear, straight lines, nonlinear, everything else. The next one on the next page, you want to look at continuous versus discrete, okay? This one shouldn't be too bad either. The continuous function is the one that is connected and it's not broken. So we're going to put unbroken in here. And a lot of people like to think of it as if I take my pencil or pen or whatever you have and you follow the graph of the function, whoops, I don't know what happened there. I should be able to follow it without lifting my pen. Okay? If you have to lift and continue on after that, then that's going to be a broken graph, which is going to be a discrete function. It's not continuous. So this one over here too is the same thing. I can go through that whole thing without having to pick up my pen. You can also think like it's all in one straight easy piece. Okay, this is all in one piece together. Then moving on down, the graph of a discrete function. So we're going to put discrete in here. Is broken into pieces or isolated points. So this is pretty much the opposite of continuous. A discrete function is where you just have all of these little points going on, okay? So anything that's not connected, these are all in pieces, okay? If I draw it, I have to pick up my pen every single time to plot those points. So it's discrete, not continuous. And then one other one I want you guys to pay attention to. So graphing functions on the next page, don't pay attention to that. But piecewise functions, okay, they're kind of similar to discrete in a way that they're broken into pieces. So that's what's going to go in your blank here. So pieces, piecewise function. And what we kind of mean by that is looking up here at our example. Well, from here, it's in one piece, okay? Here to here is a linear function. And then we've got a second piece going on here. This one's nonlinear, okay? And then it stops. And then you have a third piece going on here. That's another linear function. So you have basically pieces of different functions kind of just put together. That's going to be a piecewise function. Just something you should know. All right, that's it. So take it away on your assignment and good luck.